Every single problem that we have, every good thing, every bad thing, everything that humankind has ever done ultimately came from the spark of an idea in a single consciousness. Life is an emotional mirror. It's an emotional mirror. If you put yourself in the emotional state where the prayer has already been answered, then you attract that reality to yourself. You try to say that to people and they say, oh, this is all New Age stuff. And no, it's not. Your life itself is a prayer. There's an electromagnetic conversation going on between you and reality that a lot of people don't understand is going on. And when I changed my perspective and I realized that it's an emotional mirror, like even how I got the job as a radio host, I figured it would be good to be a radio host because I'd be able to get this information out to people. I didn't even know about internet radio, didn't know about any of that stuff. And I had this meditation. I realized everything is an emotional mirror. So I simply put myself in the emotional state where I was a radio host. It's just like, what would it be like to be with your perfect partner? Put yourself in the emotional state. How would that actually feel to be with your perfect partner? You put yourself in that state and that person will walk into your life. And that's what I did. I put myself in the emotional state where I was a radio host, and within 6 weeks I was offered a job as a radio host by someone completely random, didn't do anything at all, but just put myself in the emotional state. So it's that same thing. And since then I give unconditionally. I give when my intuition tells me to give, or sometimes I'll buy the shopping of the person next door to me because my intuition tells me I need to buy this person's groceries. I did that one time and this woman burst into tears. She said it was her, she was down to her last $20. She's never had anyone do anything so kind to her. I'd restored her faith in humanity. And this sort of stuff happens. And because I give to people unconditionally, the universe has provided this life for me. It's given me this place. It's given me the ability to be able to continue this message. This is how it works. And I'm not saying anything, oh, look, I'm this wonderful giving person, so I'd be rich. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about it, how it's an emotional mirror. If you give with no stake in the outcome, don't give because you want the universe to give back to you. Don't give because you think it's cool. Don't give because you want people to perceive you as being a giving person. Just listen to your intuition. Sometimes the best giving you can do to people is not giving to them, letting them heal themselves. That's the best thing you can give them sometimes. You've got to listen to your intuition and be aware that this electromagnetic conversation is going on between you and reality. It's all coming from your heart, this energy generator of your heart. I look at the body as this quantum instrument, and the heart being the power source and the brain being the quantum instrument that turns possibility into actuality depending on the input it gets from the heart. And the heart is the emotional input that it sends to your brain. This is what creates your reality, and it's a mirror. And since I started operating my life that way, everything has fallen into place and my life just seems to work. And even if bad stuff comes along to me now, it's not bad stuff. It's just a new part of the journey. It's just a new lesson for me to learn. There's a reason for it to happen. The ability of the owners of the political media class to discredit and neutralize anyone who poses a threat to their interests simply by rearranging the narratives about them is one of the most destructive psychological weapons in their arsenal. The main reason it's so hard to convince the public that they have been taken in by propaganda and smear campaigns is because, for some stupid reason, one of the most shameful things anyone can do in our society is be fooled. If we are to overcome the narrative dominance of the powerful, it is essential that we find a way to shift that shame from those who have been fooled onto those who have been fooling them.
What is life? Life is simple. It's choice and consequence. Choice and consequence. People are blind in their mind to what's actually happening.
Things are moving fast in the world today. They really are. And they're all going in the same direction, and it's happening in all countries. The problem is that many people look at this stuff and they just go directly into fear. And look, it's understandable. I mean, I'm certainly concerned about it. There's a lot to be concerned about with what's happening. But too often people will look at it and say, well, it's happening, we just don't have a choice. We all have a choice. The only reason people think they don't have a choice is because they don't know who and what they are.
This is the mind blindness. One of the things it seeks to do, and the cult seeks to do, is shut this down. What it seeks to do is stop this manifesting by closing the heart. And the heart is the center of everything. And people talk about the physical heart, okay, but if you go back, what they're really talking about is this heart, the energetic heart, the connection out there. And you look at all the things, all the symbolism through the ages and still today relating to this: open heart, heart of stone, broken heart, You look at all the phrases relating to the heart, and it's because this is the center of everything. And we've been manipulated to think this is the center of everything. It's not. The heart is the biggest electromagnetic field, most powerful electromagnetic field in the body. And this, when it's open, dominates the head. What do people say all the time? What does your head say? Okay, what does your heart say? And they say very different things, because this is out there and this is down here. And when this opens, everything changes because you change. Everything about you changes.
The reason this has become so prominent in modern society is because our societies themselves are fear-based. It's simply a system of fear-based mind control. I mean, that's all it really is. Our education system is fear-based. Our social structure is fear-based. Our corporate and business world is all fear-based. It's all centered around a fear of shortage and the concept that the meaning of life is the one with the most stuff wins. And it's all fear-based. It's all fear-based and ego-based.
Stop identifying with labels. They are a brief experience. Even your name is a brief experience. You are the consciousness having the experience. So when someone says to you, who are you? You are all that is, has been, and ever can be, having an experience. If you meet someone and people say, who are you? They'll give you their name. They'll give you their job. They might give you their family background, their family history, where they went to school. That's what they're saying they are. Who are you? But that's just what they've experienced. The point of attention that I am is an expression of the same consciousness that the point of attention that you are is. And the same with all of us. You are what is having the experience. And when that penny drops and this, as a result, opens, game over. Game over. This is not some theory. This is fact, and this is real, and this is happening. This is precisely what happens with subliminal advertising and subliminal images. Subliminal means below threshold, below the threshold of the conscious mind. It's speaking to the subconscious. So you'll see an image, it could be an advertisement, and your conscious mind will see the image as it appears to be. But the overwhelming majority of people will not see the subliminal insert that's hidden.